Welcome back to Brushes and Blades, and today I'm going to show you how to take your drilled barrels from this, hopefully not this, to make them look like this. All right, the items that we are going to need for this little project today is going to be a number 11 hobby blade, a number 16 hobby blade, a pin drill to desired size, and some Tamiya extra thin cement. You probably don't have to have this particular brand, but just the extra thin cement part. Let's get down to the paint cam, and I'm going to show you how to drill your barrels. All right, here we got a Grey Knight Terminator Storm Bolter. These beautiful wrist-mounted stone bolters my Grey Knights have. As you can see right now, straight out of the box, it has no barrels, and the goal is to get it to look something like this. It might seem so simple, and I've seen people do it so many different ways, but the goal is to get a beautiful drilled barrel. I have like an extra bevel inside of these barrels when I do these. I've done them on single barrels, but I think it looks even better on these storm bolters in particular. So the first thing we're going to do is you can do this a couple different ways. You can kind of make a light gouge in the plastic and find your center points. You can eyeball it, which is what I'm going to do, or you can use like a marker and kind of just find the exact middle for yourself. What you need to do, what's super important here, is to have a fresh blade, or at least one that's not damaged. Our blades tend to have this tip come off just ever so slightly, and if this is broken or damaged or bent, this is not going to go as smoothly as you want. So right, we're going to get right into it. So I'm going to find my center point. So on this, because it's going to have two barrels for an example, we got to pretend that there's a line here in the middle, and then we're going to find the center edge pretty much right where we see like this oval shape flatten out. It has kind of a straight smooth top and smooth bottom and these rounded sides. And we're going to find where that kind of marries up and meets, and we're going to pivot in just like that. Actually, that's probably too far over, so we're going to reset. There we go. And we're going to apply equal pressure as we rotate. I'm kind of just using it the same way you use a pin drill, and we're just going to rotate ever so slightly into that. We're not trying to murder the plastic, but just enough to kind of get it going and be happy with where we're at. Okay, and now we're going to go to the other side, clean the plastic, and go for the other side, doing the same thing, finding that spot that we like. All right, and this is a point where some people stop, and I don't understand why. I'm just going to do this to clean these holes up real quick. One's got some gunk still in it. Go a little bit deeper on this one. There we go. A lot of people stop right here and call this a drilled barrel. I can't. I don't know why. I just can't. So what we want to do is make sure that we are happy with the center point of these holes. These are really just guiding holes right now with this 11 hobby blade. As you can see, this one kind of floated more towards the middle, and this one kind of floated up. So what we're going to do to correct that is we're just going to point the blade in the direction we want the hole to travel, and we're just going to do like a little quarter circle, half circle action for a little bit here, and then one good to get it all clean. That's a little bit better. All right, same thing. We're just kind of just pivoting that hole down, a couple rotations to get it down. There we go. This one went over to the center more, so we're going to face it to the right. There we go. Couple rotations, and down it like this. Yeah, that's much better. There we go. And all that is just to get to the point where we're going to use our pin drill, where we're really going to use our pin drill. I don't like to do a surface hole like this. I actually like to go about to this portion right here. Actually like to get a nice deep hole there. And the same concept, we want to make sure we're straight on the tops and the sides, and we're good to go. And we're going to use our pin drill to get nice and in there. And you're getting these plastic coming out, you know you're doing it right. Again, we're not applying too much pressure, but just enough to get in there. What I like to do is mark it kind of with my finger or my fingernail, and then pull out and then kind of see where we're at. And that's spot on. So now we know that we've made it to our goal point there, and that looks way better already. Now we're going to go for the second barrel. Make sure we're straight on all sides here. I don't think we're quite there yet. I don't think I cleaned enough plastic off that. Let's measure that one real quick and see if we're kind of in the same place. Boom, that's pretty darn close. All right, so again, then some people think this is good. Now, this is fine. If this is what you want and you don't really care, you're good to go. No one's gatekeeping. No one's saying you got to do this next step. But this next step is what takes you from this to this. It seems ever so small, but this extra little beveled edge right here, and you can see it better on this model. This little extra beveled edge makes this world of difference, and it opens up the hole a little bit more too. So now we're going to take our 16, so at a little bit more of an angle comparison to this sharp point we have with the 11, and we have this much more drastic angle in comparison. And we're going to take that and we're going to stick it in the same hole, same concept as before, and we're just trying to grind out just a little bit, smooth, even strokes, rotations. We don't want to overdo it. So this, you kind of want to go back and forth. I probably overdid it on that first one, but let's see. A little bit more. That's pretty good. All right. So you do need to clean it every once in a while. And we can kind of do the same thing. If we weren't happy with where the beveled edge showed up, we can clean that up. Got it a little too close to the middle, but it's all good. So I'm going to show you the next step. And as you can see, it looks a little jacked up, but there's one secret to fix that. And that's where the Tamiya extra thin cement comes in. We're just going to take that real quick. I'm going to show you here. Tap off a little bit of extra, stick it in the hole, swish, 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 stick it in the hole, swish, swish, swish. And what happens is this Tamiya extra thin cement kind of melts down any kind of burrs or oddities. And what I like to do is put it somewhere where it can dry, just like this. And you're good to go. All right, that's going to be it for today. Super quick, super short video on how to drill barrels. If you learned anything or you're going to try this method, definitely give me a like, subscribe, comment down below if you're going to do it yourself, or even better, go follow me on Instagram and send me a picture of your barrels using this method. And as always, every stroke of the brush and swing of the blade adds character to your miniature.